The Steelers have traded wide receiver Diontae Johnson to the Carolina Panthers. Now, it was word going around that the Steelers were listening to trade talks for wide receiver Diontae Johnson. A team emerged. It was the Arizona Cardinals, because Marquise Brown was hitting the market, and they had picks and money and things like that. And here comes the Carolina Panthers making a trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers sending Diontae Johnson to the Carolina Panthers in exchange for a cornerback, Diontae Jackson. So Diontae Johnson traded for Diontae Jackson. I know that's kind of, but here it is, man. So the Pittsburgh Steelers lose a weapon for Russell Wilson, and Diontae Johnson, but they gain a cornerback that they need. So you lose one position, you gain another position. And one thing about the Pittsburgh Steelers, you know what they do best: draft wide receivers, like they drafted Diontae Johnson. It's a deep wide receiver, deep wide receiver class. Pittsburgh Steelers was already interested in the receivers in this class, so you put it together. They had this plan, put together already, as you can see, already addressing a need with the trade, with a cornerback. And then there still are wide receivers out there in the free agent market with the cap money that the Steelers have. You got Calvin Ridley, the other guys out there, that the Steelers can sign, Tyler Boyd, so there's drafts. You can draft you a receiver, and then there's still free agents with the money that you got, that you cleared up with the cuts and everything like that. You can still do some restructures. So there's still money available for the Steelers if they wanted to just sign somebody and then draft. They can do that too. So about the trade, because everybody, is going to say, hey, some people might say Carolina won a trade and things like that. But if you look at it, it's basically a swap. They trade the players and then they swap picks, So, and if you look at the players, themselves, Diontae Jackson, the corner coming from the Carolina Panthers, he was drafted in the second round. In the 2018 draft, So Diontae Johnson was drafted in the third round in the 2019 draft. So, you're swapping a second round pick for a third round. While the Steelers are sending a third round pick, was Diontae Johnson to the Carolina Panthers for a second round pick. Production wise, Diontae Jackson had 14 interceptions in his career. Day one starter. His thing was speed, 4.3, 40, and things like that coming out of college. So had an Achilles, I believe, in 2022, 2 years ago. So he's still, coming back off of that. And then Diontae Johnson, we all know, is a good route running receiver. 2 years ago, didn't have a touchdown. And then, he came back, had a decent season last year. So you're basically, swapping players out, a second round pick with the Carolina cornerback for a third round receiver. One winning, depending on how you look at it. Steelers got second round pick for Chase Claypool. You thinking, hey, well, the guy's a second round pick, the cornerback, if you want to look at it that way. That is a second round pick, the corner that they got, because he was drafted in the second round. So technically you can put that in as a second round exchange, because just say the Steelers took this corner in the second round, so it would be considered the same thing. Some will say, so you could say there's your second round pick right there. And some would say, hey, man, the Steelers got fleeced, as they would call it. Could have got more, could have did better. So what do you guys think about the deal? Like, I just, I look at it as the Steelers got a second round pick out of, Diontae Johnson, but not in a way, they didn't get the second round pick. They just got a team's second round pick who they drafted in the second round. So you would you trust another team better than the Steelers drafting a corner? Maybe, because the Steelers have not real track record of drafting corners until the past year with Joey Porter Jr., which looks like that was a great draft pick. So depending on how you look at the deal, I gave you a couple scenarios. You can kind of form your own opinion on who won the deal, and things like that. But it's a third round pick, and Diontae going out for a second round pick from the Panthers, coming in at a position of need. And if you look at it, man, the Steelers wasn't going to pay Diontae Johnson another contract anyway. Getting 18, sign him to a couple year extension. You making 18. Steelers are not going to give him any more than that. So no reason to keep a guy around and things like that. He wanted Mason. We know that wasn't going to happen. No time for hold-ins. No time for any controversies. No time for pouting and not blocking and giving up on plays and things like that. That's probably what the Steelers are thinking about as they're trying to move forward with this team. Get things together, get back in the division, get back to winning the divisions and things like that. Don't have time for any distractions. Just all ball. And they probably, I'm guessing felt that way, and this, let's just do it, get it over with, get a position that we need, so that's less of a headache for us, because Steelers know how to get wide receivers. That's no problem. So the Pittsburgh Steelers they traded wide receiver Diontae Johnson, which was going around that they was listening to trade talks and things like that. And now they pulled the trigger on a team, with the Carolina Panthers, who need a wide receiver for their young quarterback, Bryce Young. So what do you guys think about it? Diontae for a second round pick corner. He was picked in the second round for the Carolina Panthers, and pick swap. So basically Diontae for the cornerback. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.